Hey everyone! Welcome to today's video about the most pointless, but still cool, glitches in each and every single Mario game in the series. To start, we're of course going to look at one from Super Mario Bros. For the NES, released in North America in 1985. Having one I really enjoy doing, but it doesn't exactly change your gameplay in a drastic way, in the sliding glitch that can occur in a few specific instances. To pull this off, you need to be powered up with a fire flower, as you're required to jump and shoot a fireball at the same time as the level starts, or when Mario's coming out of a pipe, where you know you did it right if his legs stop working and he now appears to slide on, I guess, is supposed to be his buttocks? Again, there's no practical application for this one, meaning it can't be used to your advantage or even, I guess, disadvantage in any way. It's purely a visual thing that you can easily try for yourself at home, and you've probably had this happen to you accidentally at least once or twice during your playthroughs. The NES version of Super Mario Bros. 2 would be released in North America in October of 1988, containing one really useless but somewhat funny glitch that's easy to pull off in the key bouncing one. Something that can be done really anytime the item comes up in the game. All you have to do is throw the key forward just a bit, and then quickly place your character underneath it, so that the item forces you to crouch, but still stays on top of you. If you just remain still, the key will start to bounce higher and higher, until your character can fully stand up and the key reaches its max height, forcing you downwards when it bounces off your head, but otherwise it doesn't do much else. In the final of the original NES trilogy, Super Mario Bros. 3, there's one very lame and inconsequential glitch that allows you to slide down a hill in Hammer Mario form, a thing that you're not usually able to do with this power-up. The easiest way to see this happen is in the secret sub-area of World 610, uncovered by pressing the switch and then clearing these frozen munchers away, where in this room, you can trigger the giant question mark block to unveil the power-up and then slide on the hill and collect it at the same time. If you did it right, you'll be able to slide as Hammer Bro Mario. Again, something that's not supposed to happen, and honestly something that's so useless it doesn't change anything in the game or help you at all, and I'm not even sure why I'm telling you this. It at least is notable. Next to be released is the first handheld game in the series in Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, having one glitch where you can get two specific enemies to shoot behind them in a way that I don't think was intended. This works only with the Sphinx-like Gao and the snake-like Nylolin foes. Just needing to jump over top of them before they fire their next shot, where if you did it right, they will shoot through their bodies and behind themselves instead, which just looks incredibly odd. This is really likely to happen during your playthrough without really knowing this prompt. And because it doesn't affect the game itself, it doesn't stick out to you in any way or as being something to look out for. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System would be home to Super Mario World that came out for it in August of 1991, having one really weird glitch in the funky Special World stage where you can stand in mid-air on a platform that's seemingly just not there. Before you can do this, you need to knock off / kill the Sumo Bro enemy that are on these blocks from below so that the coast is clear and you won't have any problems finding the spot. If you bounce somewhere around here and land really close in the same spot, you won't go directly onto the music note jump blocks, and instead you'll find an invisible, glitched up platform in mid-air. I have no clue what causes this to happen, as it doesn't seem like it's the enemy or the blocks below it, so I'm guessing it's just a weird level design error that was overlooked, especially as it isn't game-breaking, and it's in a secret level that a lot of people won't get to. The next handheld game to come out, also for the Game Boy, is Super Mario Land 2, The 6 Golden Coins, having one very interesting overworld glitch that allows you to enter the Turtle Zone from basically anywhere that you want. To pull this off, you first have to enter that zone, wait for a second, and then exit again, going back to the main overworld. As soon as you get there, press and hold B to enter the map view mode, where you can look around and choose literally anywhere you want on the map, and then press A, letting go of B, where you know you did it correctly if Mario walks into nothing, but still enters the zone in a very, very, very strange way. Again, you can literally choose any point on the map that you can get to that you want, even a spot where Mario can't go in the game. So mess around with this to see some really funny things. Up next is the sequel / prequel to Super Mario World, here given the title of Yoshi's Island, where you can get your Dino Buddy to jump really high up in the air, way higher than intended by bouncing off a specific enemy. This is the Stretch Shy Guy of World 3-3, where if you stand on top of him, it will allow Yoshi to bounce up in the air, where if you then press A, you'll get launched extremely high, as well as being able to flutter longer than you're supposed to if you hold A. Unfortunately, this high height can't be applied in any way to help you speedrun the game or find other glitches. Plus, from this level, your view is kind of obscured due to the vines, so it's lame in many regards. The first game in the series based within the 3D realm is Super Mario 64 for the N64, containing a sort of cool visual glitch that allows Mario to hold objects in his hands he's not supposed to at all. To pull this off, you have to find a crate or block or whatever you want to call this item that you can pick up, with the most simple example of this being in the first world Bob-omb Battlefield. Pick up said box and then drop it, needing to wait exactly 30 seconds, no more and no less, as you have to pick it up right at that exact time to get this to work. As you can see, if you did it right, Mario will no longer be holding the box, and instead will be holding whichever of what item or collectible, or even in some cases just straight up special character animations that might be nearby you. Some insane things I were able to capture include a water bubble, an explosion from a bob-omb, and even the head of a Pokey, which is actually kind of scary. What made this much easier to do for me was using the literal timer on my phone, as you really have to be precise or else this won't work. And I do recommend trying this for yourself and seeing what you can get Mario to hold, as it is really fascinating. Oh, and oh yeah, I almost forgot. My name is Copycat, and if you like what you see so far, then please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to stay notified when I upload new videos. Next to be released, also in the 3D realm, is Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube in 2002. Having a very simple but somewhat pointless glitch that involves fruit and climbing / holding onto things. The best example of this is in Pianta Village, as you just have to grab a piece of fruit from this tree and make your way to the revolving gates that leads to the world's underside, where if you ground pound that gate, you'll still be holding onto it while also holding on to the fruit, which is not supposed to happen. Then this just ends up looking wrong for some reason, but it's obvious why, as there's not a reason for you to even want to do this. There's no glitch involved, there's no advantage for you, it's just useless, but still notable. Nintendo will return the franchise to its 2D roots with the release of new Super Mario Bros. For the dual screen system, having a glitch that allows you to slide both backwards and underwater, most easily done in the Rising Tide level of World 6-2. What you need to do is quickly run towards the downward slope just as the water is about to shift, and begin to slide on said slope while holding back, where it's obvious that you did it right if you begin to move backwards instead of forwards, as well as ignoring the swimming physics of the water altogether. This ends if you hit anything at all, which will most likely be an enemy, as they respawn off screen even if you kill them. So it's not like you can do much with this, other than see the strange movement. The space-based Super Mario Galaxy would be the next to come out, here for the Wii in 2007. Where we're gonna look at a thing I think is a glitch, in the fact that Luigi will mimic you if you come near him in the Comet Observatory. Most notable if you just spin. Now again, I believe this wasn't meant to be intended, but probably occurred when they were testing the game and they just left it in because it's kind of funny to see, and just adds character to the game even though it really isn't necessary at all. The second installment of the new Super Mario Bros. Sub-series will come out for the Wii in November of 2009. Having one glitch where you can infinitely flutter under certain blocks with your dino pal Yoshi. This can be done in any spot where there's a bunch of triggered question mark blocks turned into solid blocks, needing to just flutter under them and then jump off Yoshi so that Mario's head bonks off of the blocks and gets put back on the Dino Buddy, where you can just do this over and over again for as long as you want until the timer runs out. Now, it is unfortunate as you can't do this infinite flutter thing out of these parameters just like you can do in Super Mario Galaxy 2, so this is really just pointless, just like the topic of this video suggests. The second of the space-based entries, Super Mario Galaxy 2, came out for the Wii in 2010, where for this one, I want to look at funny things that can happen on screen when you collect the level stars. Meaning anything that might happen to be near it at the time might hilariously get picked up in the Stargate animation. One standout is if you collect the Starshine Beach Galaxy's Purple Coin Beach Dash Star while you're riding Yoshi and have a Smeech attached to his mouth, which just looks really wrong, and is sort of played off as if nothing's happening. Another thing you can have appear on screen is a cloud from Cloud Mario, most easily done in the first mission of the Fluffy Buff Galaxy. Having to get your timing right on this one, as it's easy to accidentally collect the star before you trigger the cloud. Also, the cloud only stays on screen for a few seconds, so you have to rush before it disappears. Honestly, there's probably so many other cool Stargate animation screens that you can accidentally see, so if there's some that I left out and you guys want to let me know, then please leave a comment below. Nintendo would perfectly blend aspects of the series' 2D and 3D realms with the creation of Super Mario 3D Land for the handheld 3DS, where really the only sort of pointless glitch I could find that I really wanted to talk about is the classic baddie box trip out one. All you need to do here is be in a level that has a star in one of these boxes, and ground pound one for this iconic moment to happen. Just watch. The third installment of the new Super Mario Bros. Sub-series, given the moniker of being the second, so I guess it's just a direct follow-up to the DS version and not the Wii one, came out for the 3DS in 2012, having one really small glitch I'm going to show off where you can trigger an elevator switch and have nothing happen. This can only occur in the boss arenas where these show up, most notably the one against Lemmy in the World Flower Castle, where after the battle's over you can still fly up and trigger the switch, but now you see that it's non-functioning. It changes colors, but that's it. I use this thing that means nothing and does nothing, but now it occupies your brain, so haha. The final installment of the new Super Mario Bros. Sub-series came out for the Wii U in 2012, then would later be re-released in deluxe version on the Switch. Having one glitch I want to mention that involves a mini mushroom, and the fact that in this form, you could run up and down walls. Now, if you do this, but turn back in the opposite direction as soon as you reach the end, aka the bottom of the wall, then you'll start to walk upwards but facing the complete wrong direction, which I really think is not supposed to happen. This is sort of a blink and you'll miss it thing, but is still very odd and somewhat rare as the mini mushroom isn't that prevalent in this game. Up next is Super Mario 3D World that would first be released on the Wii U and also would later be re-released on the Switch, having a weird glitched out spot that you can stand on in World 5-2, a level otherwise known as Tricky Trapeze Theater. This is just above the entrance to the clear pipe near the end of the stage, where for some reason there's an invisible platform around it that you can stand on if you're skilled enough to get there in the first place. It's not really a spot most people would look as it's off the beaten path and sort of in the middle of a wall that you can't really get to without power-ups or jumping to. Although explorers might stumble upon this accidentally and they'll see their character in a pretty stupefying place. The absolutely massive Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch would be next to come out in the franchise, having a really small but still notable glitch that I actually just learned about, where you can clip one motorbike through a fence using another in the Metro Kingdom. To start, you need to travel to the top of the highest building and grab the bike from there and take it to the park and put it in the small enclosure near this building. Next, very quickly get off this bike and get the one from the beginning of the level and bring it to the same spot but just behind. Now, you need to rev the engine, meaning you need to accelerate forward, and dismount it at the same time so that the bikes somehow fuse together to become one. All you have to do now is hop on either one and try to accelerate while turning into the gate as much as you can, where you know you did it right if you'll clip through it to the other side, which is really interesting. I didn't try this anywhere else to see if you can clip into buildings or other places, so there could be other applications here, but who knows. Next, I want to talk about one of my favorite glitches that can be found in this video, which takes place in the Bowser's Fury game mode of the Super Mario 3D World re-release, where you can make a cat disappear near the Wasteland Gigabell. Here, you need to grab a cat and place it on this switch, and ground pound the switch while landing on said cat and picking it up at the same time, where you know you did it right if the minigame triggers, but the cat that you're holding now disappears. Just complete this area as normally, which might be a bit harder due to your weird state, and things will transfer over to the rest of the world, only returning to normal if you run far enough away for long enough. This is weird but not groundbreaking, and sorta reminds me of the one we just looked at from Super Mario 64. The final game of this video, and the most recent to come out in the series, is Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the Nintendo Switch. Having one very small and honestly really pointless glitch that I think would be great for this topic, and being able to move around in the overworld with your emote scroll wheel out. To do this, hold the X button to bring that wheel out, and then press start to pause the game and release X for the time being. Next, you need to switch to a different character, and then when you unpause and the menu disappears, hold X again, and you now should be able to move around with that emote wheel out, which is not something that you're supposed to do. This just ends if you let go of X or if you emote. So it's not like it can be used at all and takes a weird setup to do very, very little. Okay, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, my name's Copycat, and if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and of course subscribe. Hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!